Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about a article that I read about. And reading that article, it got me thinking on doing this video and just talking about it. So in the article that I was reading, by the way, it was a very, very old article from about 5 years ago. It was talking about how Konami should update some older cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! To make those cards more relevant in today's game. Not make them broken per se, but make them more useful. One example he gave to me, which led me to do this video, was Shining Angel. He briefly stated that he believes some of the old battle searchers should be updated for today's game. So instead of, like Shining Angel saying it only can search during battle phase, why not have another line of text on it saying it can be searched by battle, or when it's destroyed by battle, or card effect. That way it makes it more relevant to today's game. And this article was written 5 years ago, back in I think 2010. So that's a long time ago, and still in today's game, 5 years later, we don't have these things yet. Now, it got me thinking. Yes, at first I said the old battle searchers like Mystic Tomato, Mother Grizzly, Flaming Kamakiri level 2, Masked Dragon, UFO Turtle, Shining Angel. The list goes on and on. There was a whole bunch of these guys that came out back in the infancy of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! When Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest were actually still around. And it made duels faster. It gave you the ability to thin your deck out more. It gave you searching to search out different combos. Like with Pyramid Turtle, you could search out some of the stronger zombies, bring them out, things of that nature, because Pyramid Turtle was one that searched out zombies. And it got me thinking, shouldn't these cards in today's game be updated with that card text? And first I said, well, what are the different ways Konami could go about this? Well, first off, they could errata all those old battle searchers and put the new line of card text saying, if destroyed by battle, you also get the search. Or, if they want to make some good money, which Konami loves making money, I don't blame them, but what they could also do is they could just come out with new cards. So, for example, Shining Angel 2. Mystic Tomato 2. I know I'm not being very grandiose with these new names, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. You can just make them number 2, Shining Angel number 2, Mystic Tomato number 2, Mother Grizzly, Daddy Grizzly, I guess you could call it. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say here, guys. Update them, bring new cards out, make them, a super or whatever you want to, Konami, make a little bit of money off it, because people will want to buy these cards. And what the new effect would do if you tacked it onto these battle searchers is it would make older ideas of playing decks that older school archetypes, ideas of playing a certain deck, more relevant in today's game. I don't think it would necessarily break the game, make them number 1, number 2, even tier 2, but it would make them more relevant, make them playable, to play around with. And at the same time, it could give help to slower decks competing against meta-based decks. But saying that and saying how good of an idea is always means that there's going to be a negative and a positive. So let's look at the negative side now. Yes, it has all these great positive things we could think of at the top of our head, but let's look long-term into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so let's say this. Say, I could see Shining Angel maybe playing if Shaddolls is still a thing after the ban list. By the way, I'm making this video before the ban list is announced, so I don't know what happened to Shaddolls, but beside the point. What I'm trying to say is you could see it being abused maybe. Maybe people would just play Shining Angels and Shaddolls, this new Shining Angel-esque card and Shaddolls. That way they can make Construct more easily, things of that nature. They could, play these new battle searchers more easily to help thin out their deck and just, in general, make their fusions. So I can see where there would be problems. Tier decks maybe abusing it. But I also look at the other side of the coin. Every single deck that's an archetype nowadays usually has two things. It usually has searching and it has draw power. What would a battle searcher really do? It would help establish field presence, yes, but you're not adding cards to your hand. You're just progressing your game state. You're keeping, it's a 1-for-1 for the most part. Granted, sometimes you can bring out a bigger monster, a card for a certain situation, etc., etc. But I don't see the harm in it. though I do see problems, possibly, I mean, Konami, I think, would be a little bit hesitant to do something of this nature because sometimes when they have given us generic support in the past, it either A, we don't use it, B, in the long run, it comes back to haunt us and it becomes abusable. Some good examples we'll just name off the top of the head is the Dragon Rulers. Technically, the Big Daddy Dragon Rulers were originally made for the Pacific elements, but Konami decided to make them into an archetype, and the rest is history. But a lot of times when they have made generic stuff, it has come back to bite them in the butt and hurt us in the butt too as well. So I can see where it would be a problem. Konami doesn't like giving generic support because it's hard to, figure out what it's going to do in the future. While archetype support, you can curve it by hitting the archetype specifically while not harming other decks. So I can see where they would be worried about that. But at the end of the day, I think it would be something to try out. It'd be something that Konami could make money off of. I think it would be something just in generical to make players play different decks, try new strategies out. Because if you have these battle searchers now for these elements and whatnot, and your lights, your darks, your winds, your whatever, your waters, you're able to play different decks, off-the-wall type of decks, different ideas, different strategies, and it gives us the ability to have some flexibility on what we decide to play and how we play it. And it gives us the ability to play older cards, I guess you could say, in a way, because these cards have been updated. I mean, zombies, I think, would be better with maybe an upgraded, Pyramid Turtle. I just see benefits, but I also see downsides. And I can understand why Konami would maybe never do this, but I think it's something that they need to try out, at least. Give it a try. I mean, they did make the Mega Monarchs recently, so, I mean, why not update the Battle Searchers next? Try it out. Give it a try. See how it works out. Never know what could happen. So that's just my thoughts there, guys. I mean, heck, they could even make the claws, if they were really, really paranoid about, certain decks abusing it, that this second effect can only be used once per duel. So it can be searched out by battle many times, but only if it's destroyed by card. If this new Shining Angel card, which I was going to say, was destroyed by card effect, Shining Angel 2 can only use its effect once per duel. Kind of like what they did with Spore, Glow Up Bulb. I mean, I know Glow Up Bulb back in the day was very abusive, but you know what I'm trying to say here. They could use it, put a clause in there to make it even more restrictive, but at the same time useful as a one-of in certain decks. So, just a thought. What do you think, guys? Do you think this is something that Konami should pursue in their card choices, in their building of cards, and coming out with future sets? Is this something they should do, or do you think it would just ruin the game by having the old battle searchers being able to also have the clause that if they're destroyed by card effect, you still get the search off to maintain field presence? What do you think, guys? Tell me what you think down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, really. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. And I'll see all of you guys next time. Seto Kaba, I'm out of here, guys. Till next time, good luck dueling to all of you. Take care, everybody.